Oversaturation in burlesque is a term by insecure gatekeepers, and I want to talk about it. But first, a little Econ 101. Let's talk about markets. A market is where buyers meet sellers and exchange currency for goods and services. Pricing and accessibility is established by supply, how much of an item exists and its quality, and demand, how much of that item is wanted or needed. Burlesque is part of a broader market of entertainment and events. We're what's called a niche market. So let's work within some parameters. Let's say you're the burlesque producer of a show and your market is 100 people. If you are the only seller to a sole market, you have a monopoly. And any economist worth their salt will tell you monopolies aren't sustainable because the seller has too much control over the market. So let's bring in another producer and add a second show. Now two shows are competing for 100 people. This creates competition. Now, competition isn't bad. It breeds innovation and standards because now our two burlesque shows have to compete in quality, accessibility, pricing. It gives more choice to your buyers and asks the sellers to be more considerate of them. Now, let's expand our sellers. Let's say there are 5 burlesque shows and only 100 audience members. That means on average, you have 20 people per show. Our first burlesque show was used to 100 people. That's a big drop down to 20. And a gatekeeper will call that oversaturation. What it actually means is it's time to expand. How do we get more buyers? This is where burlesque is in a unique position for innovation. You're asking who else wants what we have. So you create a niche show to expand the market. And with your niche show, you have expanded into the greater entertainment market and brought more people into the niche burlesque market. But Noxie, what if I'm not seeing the shows that I want to see? I am so glad you asked. It's safe to assume if you're not seeing what you want to see, then other people are feeling the same way. And that means starting to build. The best analogy I can give is think of markets like a dining room table. If that table is in the dining room of a house, there's only so much space at the table. You have no choice but to shut people out. But now put that dining table in a banquet hall. If there's no seat at one table, there are other tables in the room. Go sit there. Now put it outdoors. Got no seat at that other table? That's okay. You can build your own, and people will sit at it because they too want to sit at a table. Markets are meant to expand. And the concept of oversaturation isn't a limitation. It's an invitation to get bigger. Who are the people that are meant to see your art that you haven't met yet? And then how do you find them? And with 3.4 million people in the city of Toronto proper, 6.5 to 7.8 million people if you count the GTA, burlesque as a market has the potential to expand so much bigger than it's currently sitting. Think of how many people in that population want what we offer, but don't know we exist. And this comes back to the Toronto Burlesque Community Survey. My team and I are doing research on the internal burlesque market. It starts with the bravery to really start identifying and talking about the challenges we're facing. We can't find solutions if we don't acknowledge the problems. Deadline is August 15th. Whether you're a producer or a performer, whether you're an audience member or a lurker, we want to hear from you.